Right. My name is Anmarie Sica, and I'm making a video for extra credit for Dr. Acurio's Anatomy and Physiology Lab class. So today we're actually just going to talk about the connective tissue, but again, I wanted to briefly tell you about the different types of tissues that we have. So our body is made up of 4 different types of tissues. We have epi, connective, muscular, and nervous. But today we're going to talk about the connective. Or in this video, we're going to talk about the connective. So what exactly is the connective? We'll get more into that, but first we should know that it's actually the most abundant type of tissue in our body, and it's widely distributed and very widely, has a wide variety. Usually cells are more loose with more room in between, but again, they also come in a wide variety. So there's different functions that they have. They help bind the muscle, and they help, that can be a found example in tendons and ligaments, the bone to bone and muscle to bone, and even in fat. So fat holds the kidneys in place, and it holds the eyes in place as well. And it also gives us support, and you can see that in cartilage, without bone and in our bones. Without bones, we wouldn't have support to be able to even go lift up our hand and our fingers. And the cartilage, for example, can be found in our ears. Anyway, so then they also provide physical protection. And the best way that I can explain this is the thoracic cavity provides protection for most of the vital organs in the body. Without the ribs and the rib cage, these vital organs would be way more exposed to danger and outer things as well. So, the heart, the lungs, they would be easily pierceable. And then they also provide immune protection. So it's not just supportive protection or physical protection, but also immune protection. Connective tissue cells actually attack invaders such as bacteria. And they also provide storage. So fat is a connective tissue, and fat is the main energy storage system. And also bones, store calcium and phosphate. And so there's also heat production. So fat generates heat. And that's why you can also see why more obese people are not as hot or not as cold as quickly as someone that has a smaller physique. And they also provide, this is the last one, they also provide transportation. And this can be found in the bloodstream. So the bloodstream is like a highway system. It transports gases, it transports nutrients, waste, hormones, and blood cells, of course. But real quick, I'm going to talk about two different types of connective tissues. And I'll talk about the ligaments and tendons tend to be what's called dense regular. So just dense regular, and what that looks like is that basically it means it's very dense, so there's a lot of layers, and regular is that you see a pattern. So if you see here, each layer has a pattern, they're all going the same way. Whereas you can evidently see it in ligaments and tendons. And so, whereas dense irregular kind of looks more like just not as organized, if you will. It'll be kind of all over the place. And then we'll talk about, and then also the cartilage. So there's elastic cartilage in our ears, again, that provides support for our ears. And so typically what it'll look like is like this, I guess you would say. So it'll look a little bit more like this or so. And then it's a lot more dense, so it'll continue spreading out. Anyway, so again, thank you for watching. This was the connective tissue.